Hello there and welcome to another Coffee with Colm. Thanks very much for tuning in. If this is your first Coffee with Colm, well, the objective behind this series of Coffees with Colm is where I take elements of my own business journey, the ups and downs, warts and all, discuss elements from my book, Feeding Johnny How to Build a Business Despite the Roadblocks, and discuss the lessons therein. And we do so over a cup of coffee, casually, for about 5 minutes or so. Right, I want to talk to you about being flexible, the importance of being flexible. It's an very underrated trait that's required in entrepreneurs and business owners. Those that make it through have learned this the hard way. Those that don't make it through are often surprised by how much flexibility they need to develop, and sometimes instead of bending and going with the flow and rolling with the punches, sometimes they break, and that's when people throw in the towel. A couple of things I want to talk to you about in relation to this, if I may. You need to be absolutely resolute in terms of what it is you want to create. You need to have a very clear vision of what it is you're trying to build in your business, and you need to make a decision, a rock solid decision. That's it, that's the date, that's what I'm going to go for. And once you make a decision like that, once you're confident that you can make it happen, two things are going to happen. Firstly, stuff will happen, people will come into your path, and doors will open that will help you on your journey. First, guaranteed. The second thing that will happen is stuff will happen and people come into your path and doors will close to see what you're made of, right? And it's a very interesting sort of dilemma you find yourself in. A couple of things I might suggest for you to help you overcome this part of the journey. One is be careful whom you take advice from. And by that I mean, you might bring your business idea to your brother-in-law over a beer or over coffee and say, listen, I've got this great idea, this will change the world. And your brother-in-law might sit there and say, you know what, Johnny, I'm not sure about that, whatever about your man O'Brien making something like that happen. We know where you come from. There was nobody in your family was an entrepreneur before you. What makes you think you can do it? And that can take the wind out of your sails for sure. You might bring the same idea to an entrepreneur who's already built a business, and that person might say, do you know what, I think that could work, and I think, Johnny, of all the people, you're the right person to make this happen and to bring this forward. And so I'm cautioning you there to be careful where you take your advice from. The well-meaning advice from your brother-in-law is well-meaning in that he doesn't want you to get hurt. But if he's been a career civil servant for 25 years, working 9 to 5 with no real stress or pressure, never having invested his own money in an idea, well then his advice, it might be his opinion, but in my opinion his advice might be invalid. Bring it to an entrepreneur who's risked stuff and who's created stuff and has broken through, and they tell you think it's a great idea. That, in my opinion, is valid advice. So just be careful where you're taking advice from, and a way of identifying whether the advice is valid for you or not is to ask yourself, where is it coming from? Who's giving you the advice? Are they where you want to be in your life, or are they not? And if they are, happy days, listen to their advice, and if they're not, I'd urge caution. The second thing you need to do, in my opinion, is you need to make sure that you hang around the right type of people. And to illustrate this, I'm going to talk about the giant redwoods of California. These are giant trees that are absolutely rock solid at their base. Rock solid at their base. They've lasted for 1,000 years, 1,500 years, many of them have grown to 350 meters high. And they've done that, and they've withstood millennia, they've withstood storms and fire and all sorts of stuff, but they're still standing today. And the reason is, one, they're rock solid, they're resolute in their purpose, number one. Two, they've learned to be able to roll with the punches. When the storms come, they blow, they creak back and forth, but they don't break. And a huge important part of that is that under the surface they've interconnecting roots that are connected with all of the other giant redwoods. And that's what you need. You need to be rock solid in your decision as to what it is you want to do with your life. You need to be flexible enough to roll with the punches that will come. And at the same time you need to surround yourself and interconnect yourself with like-minded people. And the likes of those people you'll find them everywhere in your journey, so long as you're open to them. So be careful where the advice comes from. Make sure you hang around like-minded people. Make sure that you're resolute in what it is you want to do, and at the same time learn to be flexible and roll with the punches. I hope you found that Coffee with Colm useful in that particular lesson, and if you've enjoyed it, as I said earlier, well then feel free to share it on privately or publicly to somebody else that might benefit. If you'd like to leave us a comment, feel free. If you'd like more of this type of stuff on a regular basis, well then pop your name and email address in the boxes on our homepage, ColinO'BrienMotivation.com, and we send you more of this type of stuff on a regular basis. But meantime, take the lessons discussed here, take them into the week ahead, and use them to inform your decisions as you go. And most importantly, come back next week for another Coffee with Colin, where we'll explore more of this type of stuff, different topic, some great coffee. Delicious. Have a good week. Talk to you soon.